Not a bad start for a fresh October's morning, eh? There we go. Cows topped up with food, topped up with straw, and topped up with water, so that's them sorted for the day. And today's agenda, it's all about the corn. Let's just leave that there for now, shall we? Sorted. Yep, it's all about the corn. Corn's ready to go. The big soybean field over yonder is still probably just under a month away, I'd reckon. So what that does mean is once we have got this corn out of the ground, I'm getting back on the blower to the forestry guys. Going to get them back here, and we're going to carry on with the great deforestation of 2024. Right. Anyway, so we need to swap some headers over. That's the first thing to do. There we go. Get some lights on, see what we're doing. Get this door open. Alright, we'll carefully drop this one at the back of the shed here for now. Disconnect the PTO. There we are, right. Corn header, and then the field. So what I think I'm going to do today, I'm doing this all by myself again, of course, as I usually do. So I'm going to be running the truck at the edge of the field, and I'm just going to be carting the combine back and to the truck. So I don't really want to be driving the truck in the field if I can help it. There we go. Right. We'll get this to the field. I'll wander back, pick up the truck, get cracking. Beautiful morning for a corn harvest though. Or for any harvest. Or anything, to be honest. Beautiful morning. There we go. Combine's here. Let's go back for the truck. Now what I think I'm going to do today, the way I'm going to play it is I'm just going to be carting all the corn from the field in the truck into my silo for now, and then hopefully in a few days time we'll get it all taken over to Jack's grain dry and get it dried out. Get it all done in one go, and then we can get it sold off when it's all dried out and sorted. So since the bean harvest a few weeks ago, as you can see, we have quite a few weeds in this field, but it's really not a concern at the minute because I'm going to be running the plough in this field when we get making our big field, the very big field. I'm extremely excited for that, but obviously that can't happen until next month, at least on this side of the road anyway. When we get the beans out of the other field, when they're all out, then we can join them both together and do a mass ploughing, as it were. But on the other side of the road, once we've got the corn out of the ground, which will be done by the end of play today, then, as I say, I can get the forestry guys back and start that massive job. Equally as excited about that as well. Morning, girls. Right, let's pull this out, give myself a bit of room to play with, so it doesn't get in my way this morning when I'm backing into him with the truck. I'll just stick it over here in front of the shed for now. Very carefully. I should be able to... There we are, good stuff. Excellent. Right. This is all I'm going to need for the next few hours. Let's knuckle down to it.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. You look so beautiful. lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Talking about yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to our favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye. Something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. 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 Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you.
Perfect timing, just in time for lunch. What a morning's work though, and what a yield we've got off that field. I think that's one of the best yields I've had so far off that field over the years. Really chuffed with it. We've got just north of 8,100 bushels of corn off of there. So I'm sticking it in my silo for now, but over the last couple of hours I've made a few phone calls to some of the local grain buyers. H&H still seem to be the ones paying top dollar. Now, the way the money works out, it's so worth it sticking it in Jack's dryer for a week or so and getting it dried out, because based on what I've got, just as I say, just north of 8,100 bushels, if I was to give it to them now as normal corn, they would pay me $144,400. If I was to give it to them in January as dried corn, they'll pay me $220,430. So that's a difference of 76 grand. So it's an absolute no-brainer. Obviously I pay my way for the propane that it takes to power up Jack's dryer for the quantities that I'm putting in there, which is obviously all good, but 76 grand. It's incredible. So a couple of months work. Come on, you big thing, get up the hill. Work for your money. Yeah, 76 grand, that is not to be sniffed at, is it? Right, anyway, so that's field done. We've still got to pick up the corn stalks. I'm going to get everything back to the farm now, go back up and pick the harvester up and bring it back to the yard. And we're going to make our way over to Jack's place. We're going to borrow his 9570 and his pickup wagon, and we'll get the corn stalks picked up and popped into the silo as well, because corn stalks are a vital additive for our total mix ration. So we've got to get that done as well. It never stops. Right, first things first though, lunch. Right, that'll do. Filled a corner for now. So, let's get ourselves over to Jack's, borrow his tractor and pickup wagon and get these corn stalks into my silo. And by that point, that'll be a good day's work, I think. Oh, he's even got it all out for me and all. Good lad. No mucking around here. Nicely done. Ooh, he's got some weeds in his field and all, hasn't he? Right, so this will be our office for the afternoon. And he's not washed that either yet. Goodness me, he is slacking, isn't he? Right. Corn stalks. Let's get them picked up and put in the silo. Wasn't me. I didn't break it. Must have a dodgy connection on that monitor, it looks like. It's all flickering everywhere. I'm sure he knows about it. Not my fault, though. I did break it. Right, all sorted. Another couple of hours in this field again today. Get these corn stalks sorted out into the silo, and then that's all the work over here done for now. But then what that does mean is once all this is out the field, this whole side is now ready to get the forestry guys over and get them to do work their magic. Now that's going to take a long time. There might not be much footage from my side of things because I know people don't like the idea of deforestation, so it's probably best if I don't video it. But all the trees that you see there on the north of the field, they're going to be going. I'm going to be taking down that barn, getting rid of all those knackered old vehicles that are parked up in there, getting them scrapped. They're going to be going. All the trees that you see around the barn are going to be going. All these trees here on my right in front of me, all the way down here, all going to be going. So we're going to be getting a lot of money back from the wood. That's for sure. But, as I say, there's a good few weeks of work there. But hopefully, if I can get it timed right, we can get all this sorted and get these trees gone before the big field of soybeans need harvesting, which is pretty much going to be the end of next month, I think. So that's the plan. Best laid plans and all that. But anyway, for now, let's crack on in here, shall we? Well, 11 tons of corn stalks ain't bad. A good afternoon's work if I don't say so myself. So that's us all sorted. We've got wet cake in the silo, we've got corn stalks, we've got silage, we're all sorted for cow feed. And that field is now ready to be gone over with the plough, as will be a huge amount of land in the near future. So I've been on the phone to the forestry guys. They are going to be coming along in the next couple of days, and they're going to start another massive quantity of deforestation. So, and aside from that, there's very little going to be going on over the next month or so. Apart, we're just waiting for the soybeans to pop, as it were, for them to be harvestable. So, and that's going to be a good few weeks away. So, for the near future, I'm going to put the camera down, and I will pick you back up in a wee while, in several weeks' time, I think, when this place is going to be looking again entirely different. But I am very excited because the amount of arable land that we're going to have as a result of all this is going to be massive. So, see you in a while. I have got absolutely no idea how long it's been since I've picked this camera up. It feels like forever. It's been, I think, about a month and a bit, a month and a couple of weeks perhaps. But hey, the ever-changing views from my property here. Look at that, I can even see another set of my neighbours over there. Absolutely amazing. So it has been incredible here the last month or so. The forestry guys and their toys have been here for just over a month. They have cleared a vast amount of trees, even more so than they did on this side of the lane. We have got a huge amount of land there to get ploughed under. Now, funnily enough, I've asked the permission. I've been to speak to all of my neighbours to find out if they're okay with what I've been doing, removing all these trees, and most of them were on board with it. Well, all of them were on board with it, to be fair. A couple of them even offered to chip in towards the cost of it all, but because they were quite happy to have the edges of their fields kind of cleared out a bit and give their machinery a bit more room to manoeuvre around when they're working in the fields. But no, it's all good. They're all on board with it. They were, but it's done now, and we have masses of land to get playing around in. I've got Jack's plough over here. He bought it up for me a couple of days ago, getting me ready for it. He did offer me the 9RX, but I figured I need to make sure that my Steiger can cope with it, because we do have a lot of it is relatively flat. There's a few ups and downs and a couple of hilly areas, so I figured it would be best to at least make sure that my tractor can cope with it. I'm sure it can, it'll be fine, but it's all good. So we made a good amount of money from that wood as well. After paying the boys what they needed me to pay them for their month or so's work, I came out with just north of $450,000, which is an extortionate amount of money. But that just shows you how much wood and trees and logs and wood chips were created from that whole thing. There was thousands of trees. It was pretty much, I mean, not 24-hour operation, but 8 till 6 every single day. Machinery, tractors, trailers, you name it, they were here backing and toing. It was quite an operation, to be fair, but it's all done now. And as you know, if I remember from the last video clip that I made, we got the corn out the ground. That's all dried up, and in Jack's grain dryer, ready for me to collect. He's not in any rush for me to get it out of there. It's perfectly fine where it is. In top dollar from the grain buyers is January, so I can actually afford to leave it there until January and just take it to be sold straight from there. So to save me many backs and twos with that, I think that might be the case. But thinking on when it comes to machinery and whatnot, I'm considering getting myself a bigger articulated trailer for my truck. The one I've got is, well, when we're starting to consider what we're going to be getting out of this field in the near, well, I say the near future, it's not even been ploughed yet, let alone planted and grown, but that is going to be one big cornfield, and it is now the biggest in Taheton. Jack's, he's fine, obviously, it's a jokey thing, but yeah, it's considerably bigger than his field now. So, my soybean field, the other soybean field around the other side of the farm, this is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to leave them in the ground as long as possible because I did get them planted at the very back end of planting season. I'm going to leave them till the last minute, so we're midway through November at the minute, so I'm going to literally leave them till the end of November before I pull them out of the ground. But we've got plenty of work to crack on with before that. We're going to get this beast and the plough over there and get working. Now, with the size of the field, possibilities of needing more equipment, bigger equipment, is definitely a reality now. I have seen in the news. Now I'm just going to take a bit of an odd one down here down the field, because I don't think this plough is wide enough to go down my little lane there. It'll start pulling the fence posts out. And while this isn't a field at the minute, I think I can afford to do that. But yeah, in the I've read in a few articles online and stuff that Case are releasing a new Steiger very soon. Almost $1 million, $950,000 I believe it's going to cost. But with the amount of money that we've been making month by month with the milk, and obviously what we've just got from that mass of trees and logs, it stands me in good stead. So I may well be making inquiries. I can afford to do it, which is awesome. But as you can see here, obviously this is what was soybeans. It's full of weeds, but it's all going under the ground now. We're going to get ploughing, but everything you see here, way off into the distance there, all around what was the big cornfield, is all now ready to go and be ploughed under and turned into a massive field. As I say, there's a few hilly areas which I'm sure this beast has got more than enough power to cope with. As you can see, we're just coping with a little bit of it here. But as I say, we need to get all this ploughed under, turned into a field, and then we can crack on.
What you're putting in, all your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring? Oh,
Look at that. Even the neighbours have stopped to have a good gawp at my new massive field. It really has been the talk of the town these last few weeks, just my project and what's going to be happening over here. But just look at this. Don't think I've ever seen a field quite so big. But it is great to know that the neighbours are all on board with this. They love the fact that we can all see each other. They love the fact that we can all, admittedly from a great distance, but we've all been hidden behind so many trees for such a long time. So there we can see, we can just see everyone's farm. You can see the top of mine over the tops of those trees there. Obviously I haven't got rid of every single tree, only the ones that were, well, on my land essentially. But I mean, this is the definition of making the most of what you've got, isn't it? I owned all this land and probably more than 50-60% was covered in trees, and now this is all money, or it will be, and I'm really excited to get the corn into the ground. Now I've got a few months ahead of me to get this prepped. Got plenty of time. It's pretty much April time next year, so we've got several months ahead of me to spend the time getting this sorted. Now we've just done this in good record time as well, because according to the weather satellite we've got rain coming any time in the next half an hour. There's a big black cloud looming over us apparently, so all finished, all done. Just about made it on a tank of fuel as well, so that's all good. And the next big job is we will get the soybeans out of what was a big field. It's now a tiny field in comparison, isn't it? But yeah, we need to get those beans out of the field. I'm keeping older Jack's plough for the next couple of weeks. He doesn't need it, but I will need it, because this is the same thing's going to be happening over the road when we've got those beans out. Big field number 2.